Hello, I'm the Greek Geek because I'm 50% Greek and 100% a geek. Now, Godzilla versus Mothra, a giant irradiated lizard who can shoot atomic breath versus a giant moth that can flap wind at people. I mean, who doesn't want to see that? So a gigantic egg washes up on the shore of Japan, and different people from different organizations are trying to get their hands on it and trying to figure out where it comes from. Meanwhile, Godzilla shows up out of nowhere, quite literally out of nowhere, because he was just taking a nap underground, and then him and Mothra duke it out in the ultimate battle. I don't have too much to say on the actual human characters in this movie. They didn't really wow me that much and are that memorable, but I did really enjoy the two reporters trying to figure out where the egg came from and just trying to work out what's going on, essentially. Even though they are pretty dumb characters, because I think the guy, they find some radioactive material and the guy just picks it up and there's no consequences whatsoever. I mean, haven't they seen Chernobyl? The corrupt Japanese businessmen as well, they were pretty hilarious and over the top. I'm not sure if it was meant to be that way, but I really enjoyed their scenes just for how over the top greedy they were. And I like the small Shobijin fairies as well. Now, I'm not kidding, you don't see any monsters fighting each other in this movie until literally halfway, or was it just over the halfway point of the movie? It's mostly just people trying to figure out what's going on with this egg, and that does have some interesting parts, but you watch a Godzilla movie to watch Godzilla fight monsters and other monsters, kaiju rather, fighting other kaiju. And as I mentioned before, I like how Godzilla is just seemingly taking a nap underground and just shows up when Mothra shows up, just because he was taking a nap underground. And as usual, the military tries to take out Godzilla, and that never goes according to plan because these Japanese army men, they shoot literally everything around Godzilla. I don't think they land a hit on him with their conventional fire. And these guys must have been the inspiration for the stormtroopers in Star Wars. And the military comes up with this super awesome plan on how to take down Godzilla. They get a giant net, but no, wait, that's not it. The net is also electrified. Their military budget has been well spent, I can see. But of course that net doesn't work and Godzilla gets free and Mothra and Godzilla fight each other, and it's pretty lame, to tell you the truth. In these early movies, the monster fights are pretty lame, and you can tell with the suits that they're just suits. But in this one, it's sped up. It's very weirdly sped up to try and increase the pace of the fights themselves. And Mothra grabs onto Godzilla's tail and drags him about, and it's all sped up, and it looks really clunky and not very good. The song that the two Shobijin fairies sing to kind of summon Mothra, it's very nostalgic for me because Godzilla vs. Mothra, I think it was one of the first Godzilla movies that I rented from a video shop as a kid, and hearing it just has a lot of nostalgic value to me. I used to rent Godzilla movies all the time when I was a kid. And I think I owned this one on VHS tape, actually. I wonder if I still have it in my mum and dad's garage. But if I can find a link for the actual song itself, I'll put a link in the description so you can listen to it. But I wonder if a lot of people grew up watching these Godzilla movies as I did, and if they have a lot of nostalgic value as well. Comment below if you actually remember the song, the Mothra song, in the comments down below. I liked the suit design of Godzilla in this one more than the previous one, but then again, that's not saying much because, yikes, the last one was really bad. But I thought in this suit, the snout looked a little bit too rubbery, like when it was rubbing up against stuff, it just kind of bent straight back, and I couldn't suspend my disbelief. But I don't think that's possible in these early Godzilla movies anyway. But what I thought they did a really good job in, especially for the 1960s, they did a really good job of making it seem like the fairies were actually there, especially in the scenes with the two corrupt businessmen where they're trying to tell them to give them back the egg. And it actually kind of looks like they're there. They do a really good job with the effects for that. But then in saying that, sometimes it looks really good. Other times you can tell, especially when it's just kind of like a shot from the back of them, that it's just two dolls sitting there because they're just sitting there completely still. But anyway, got to give them props to the special effects that they did do well. Things I enjoyed, I liked the two Guardian fairies. I thought the special effects they did for them were quite good. In most scenes, the two corrupt politicians, businessmen, whatever they were just over the top hilarious in basically every scene they were in. The nostalgic music for me really hit me because I really enjoyed that as a kid. And I did enjoy the kind of detective work that the two reporters were trying to do to find out where the egg came from and what to do about it. I really did enjoy that, even though there was a bit more of a focus on the humans as opposed to the monsters. Things I didn't really like, a lot of the other special effects weren't really well done. Like the suit looked a bit rubbery, even though it was an improvement over the last movie. The kaiju fight was sped up awkwardly and just looked pretty bad. I want to say the military is useless and stupid, like a giant neck, come on, but that's kind of what we expect from Godzilla movies anyway. And most human characters are really dumb, like that guy who picked up the radioactive material, and there's a lack of consequences from that. And my biggest issue with this movie is Tasmania is in the wrong place on the world map. So would I recommend that you watch this movie? Probably not. You can probably give this Godzilla movie a miss. Again, if you're a big Godzilla fan, you would have watched this anyway, and yeah, I find these movies just cheesy, dumb fun. I'm not expecting great cinema out of a lot of Godzilla movies. But if you're a fan of Godzilla, you might find something to enjoy in this one. So that was my review. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing. If you're new to this channel, I talk about monster movies, kaiju movies, Godzilla movies, like this one all the time on my channel. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell. I would really appreciate it. And as always, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me ramble on about a movie for a few minutes. Thank you again, and I'll catch you next time.